showing you guys what I've been doing and what I've been working on. Now, today is February the 28th, and of course we're right in the middle of tax season. And for buying and selling cars, this is the worst and the best time of year because everybody's getting their tax money back. So the people selling cars know that they can get a premium for the cars. So it's crazy. Everything is crazy overpriced. So right now it's kind of hard to find cars that are really cheap. But if you keep looking, you'll eventually find some. Another thing I wanted to say is on Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to make a video that I've wanted to make for a long time on how to buy a car from Buy Here Pay Here's, secret scams that they do, stupid shit. Now, I was a store manager at Buy Here Pay Here and a salesperson I was a store manager for about 3 years, salesperson for about 2 years, and that's really what made me want to start doing this type of stuff. But anyway, look out for that Sunday, and let me show you what I got. This is a 2004 Honda Civic LX. It's really in good condition. I mean, you can see the body, the paint's in good condition, no real dents or anything. It does have some miles on it. Now, I bought this car for $450, which is really a steal for right now during tax season. Tires are good, motor's good. It did run, but it was overheating. Of course, it needed a head gasket. So, as you know, that's about $40 and about 4 hours worth of work. The interior is not great, but it's in decent condition. I mean, $450, you really can't complain about stuff like that. You know, it's got a couple stains over there, here in the back. Let's see. Like I said, it does have some miles on it. It's got 252,000 miles. Now, I changed the head gasket, the valve cover gasket, and also went ahead and put the timing belt on the car, because if you don't know the difference between these cars and the older model Civics, if you watch some of my videos, you can just slip off and on the timing belt. Sometimes you can with these cars, but sometimes you can't, because the tension on the timing belt on these are usually a lot tighter, so you can't slip it back on without messing it up, which makes the job a little bit more extensive, but you know, it's another maybe 45 minutes that you got to put into it, so it's not that bad. But 252,000 miles, no check engine light, starts up every time. This thing runs really good. I drove for about 45 minutes, not overheating anymore. As you can see, the carpet needs to be cleaned. I hadn't really cleaned this car. When I was bringing it home, I vacuumed it out. That's pretty much it. Aftermarket stereo, the AC, the heat, power windows, all that stuff works. And the biggest issue also with these cars, anything that is 2001 and newer, Honda Civics, let's say 2001 to 2005, they have a lot of issues with the automatic transmissions. They wind up slipping, torque vertigo's out. It's just a really, really common thing. So if you jump on Craigslist and you find one of these really cheap, more than likely it's either going to be a head gasket issue, it jump timing, or the transmission doesn't shift the way it should. But this one shifts out perfect, runs perfect now, not overheating. Let me show you the motor. There we go. Now, tires are good on this car. I did have to clean the headlights. As you can see, the headlights look pretty good. A lot better than they did when I first got the car. And this is just the basic 1.7 liter Honda Civic engine. Now, these cars that do the head gasket is a little bit more labor intensive. Like I said, with the timing belt, it's either you can or you can't with that. It's kind of, this one was a little bit easier, but I was like, go ahead and change the timing belt since you're in there. I did the valve cover gasket on it. The 2 bolts on the bottom side, no, the 3 bolts on the bottom side of the intake manifold are a pain in the fucking ass to get to. If you don't know how to do it, it will literally take you an hour to get those 3 little bolts off. Yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much it for $450. I really can't complain with this car, especially during tax season. And knowing right now I'm $450, $40, $10 in gas. I'm $500 into this car, and right now because it's tax season, I can get a little bit more than I could if it was November or August or something like that. So that's the good thing about tax season. But finding cheap cars during, let's say, anywhere from the middle of January up until January, February, April, 1st of May, if people are just asking stupid, crazy prices. And even though I'm going to sell this for a little bit more than I would, a lot of people, sell these cars exactly same condition for $3,000, and I sell it for pretty much half of that. So I'm not making a whole bunch of money off of it. Another thing I wanted to show you guys, when it comes to when you're looking at a car, I don't know if you can notice, but the color of the fender and the color of the body is different, which tells me the fender has been replaced. But the easiest way to tell is because of the pinstripe. You get a pinstripe all the way down this car, but yet when they got to the fender, they didn't put the pinstripe on there. So yeah, I can definitely tell that the fender's been replaced, and I believe the bumper also has been replaced. Just because if you look at it, on the other side it's perfect, but if you look at it here, you can tell it's a little off-centered, and the corner of the headlight goes behind there. So possibly the fender and the front bumper has been replaced. But like I said, for a $450 car, you really can't complain. Now that everything works, it's definitely worth a lot more than what I paid for it. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. It's been kind of slow right now. I got something coming up with the Porsche. I figured out what motor I want to put into it, and it's not going to be a Miata motor. I've been doing a lot of research on it, and it's going to be something special. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be able to do the full swap with a turbo kit, building the engine, forged engine. I'm going to do forged pistons, maybe Carrillo rods and JE pistons, something like that. But I'm going to build the engine before I put it in there. Complete turbo kit, and everything that comes in that swap, I'm going to be able to do for less than $1,500. So you guys want to stay tuned for that. I'll have another video out about the buy here pay here's on Saturday or Sunday, and I'll talk to you guys later.